Hey Jags, how y'all doing today? This is Left Side of the Brain. Today is December the 7th, 2019. And if you can hear my voice, you probably can hear the peaceful serenity in my voice right now. Look at the squirrels. Can you see them? Well, I can see them. Feeling kind of like Mr. Rogers on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Just laid back, very peaceful right now. Just in tune and in harmony with nature. But today's subject, I want to touch on the idea of just enjoying life and basically captivating and encapsulating this life, the nature, the natural world around us, just sitting back and absorbing it, the natural world that exists around us. I decided to just open the window, feel the breeze. In fact, I like the winter. Certain parts of the winter. It depends on what part of the country you live in. Some areas in the country, they have very mild winters. Where I'm located, it's very wild. I'm on the East Coast, the eastern seaboard of the United States. The weather today is very mild, nice temperature. Let me give you a little view of the scenery. Just have my window open. You know, luckily I stay in a nice area where I have like beautiful tree in my backyard area. It's very nice, very comfortable. I'm just sitting in my chair and basically, I wanted to talk about the essence of everything. Of course, we understand the human prison bar system and everything, but within all of this understanding, we have to understand that the human prison bar system is built on top of a natural world. We can't forget that this world that we live in is parasitic in nature, of course. We understand this. But it's built on top of something that's good. Parasites, they exist because we exist. But we can exist without the parasites. So we can still enjoy the natural world around us. And that's why I'm doing this video today, because I want to keep a balance on this channel. I want people to understand that, yes, we are in a secret war and everything, but at the same time, to bring balance into our life and our life experience, we need to observe the beautiful nature around us, not just for the fact of observing human prison bars, but the mere fact that observing nature itself is communicating with nature. Nature is silent. It speaks in the beauty that you see. It's an inspiration in itself just to look out your window and feel the breeze. You communicating with God just by like taking a nature walk and just like going fishing or parasailing or whatever. Just being out in this beautiful nature. Just being out. Just being out in this beautiful nature and just taking it all in for what it's worth. And, I was thinking like, the quintessence of existence itself is travel. traveling. And I'll explain. You see, when you travel, you are basically discovering. And before there was a world, the only thing there was to do was travel. Traveling is the quintessence of existence itself. You see, if you existed in spirit form, if you wasn't in a body, only thing you could do is just travel through time and space. So why not start traveling now? That's what I even told myself. I need to start doing a lot of traveling. I love to travel. Even if you just get in your car and just drive from one side of the country to the next and just take it all in and just absorb. You don't even have to speak to nobody. You don't have to go with anybody. If you're a female, I don't suggest you travel alone because, you know, it's a lot of crazy people out here. But if you're a man, you can travel alone. You can just get in a camper and just explore the world around you. And you will notice that you will receive more communication by yourself than when you are with a lot of people. Because when you around a lot of people, your communication is basically whatever the subject is. So if you're watching NFL football, that will be the subject at hand. But when you're by yourself, your mind is free to just skip around from any topic, and you can just, whatever comes to mind, you can just think about. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You get the most purest explanations about life when you embrace your loneliness. Like we have said on this channel, embracing your loneliness. And that loneliness will come alive. It will speak to you. It's your best friend. And that's why when people see, the longer you live, the more you will be faced with reality. The more you will have to face the truth about everything that we speak about. That's why when people are in the rest home, guess what they do? Your life will end like it started. When you was a child, you wasn't doing a lot of talking to people. You was just discovering. You was just looking at things. You was just basically traveling. Wherever your mother carried you in her arms, or even when you was in your mother's stomach, you went wherever she went. For 9 months, you just traveled wherever your mother went. You was just traveling. If she went to the store, you was in her stomach and you went to the store with her. When she picked you up and it was time to go, you was just in your stroller and you was just traveling. Remember when you was a kid, people would pick you up. You just traveled and looked at people and observed people's faces. And when you get older, you know, like most old people in rest homes, right? What they do, or old people in general, they sit on their front porch and they just look at cars passing by. They just sitting out in front of nature and meditating. They just taking it all in, and they face with reality that this is what it is all about. They done having kids. They done with working and worrying about impressing people. All of that is behind them. So they face with the reality of everything, just sitting and pondering and observing. Sometimes they sitting on a porch regretting a lot of things in their life, things they could have did that they didn't do. Sometimes they are just having going down memory lane, having flashbacks of that first kiss they ever had, or whatever. Just reminiscing and living in their mind. And basically, that is the reality of everything. Just sitting and observing and traveling. And when you reach a certain age, you will come to that realization. So I have took it upon myself to go ahead and start traveling now, because I don't want to wait till I'm old to come to a realization of what everything is about. And the thing about us, we have come to the realization at an early age. So just imagine what it's going to feel like when we are old and sitting out on the porch, just looking at the trees with all of this wisdom inside of us. Like, I know when I get old and 80 years old, I'll just be able to sit and just tell stories about human prison bars. And it'll be like so beyond, like, have a grandmother ever told us anything about that? My grandmother didn't tell me about human prison bars. Just imagine the things that we could say. This generation. Man, that would be so incredible, man. I was just inspired to do this video, man, just to give you another side of the reality of everything. That everything is eventually going to lead back to how it was before the great falling away. You can run from it, but it's going to catch up with you. You can't beat reality. The reality is what you see before you. Like, I was looking at this tree, right? And I was saying to myself, every one of those leaves on that tree, they must fall to the ground. No matter how long it takes, no matter, it might be one little brown leaf stuck to a limb, but that leaf is going to fall eventually. I remember this tree. It was just beautiful and green, and then the fall came and the leaves started changing colors. And now I notice that it's a few leaves that's left. But guess what? They're going to leave too. They're going to fall away. Eventually, nature, the combination of the elements, the sun, the wind, is going to win eventually. And it's going to make every single one of those leaves fall away. They have to fall away in order for the new leaves to come back. And there's no way up. There's no way around that. You can't beat nature. You can't beat reality. I'm just using that tree example to let you know that you cannot beat reality. The reality of the situation is everybody is going to die. We may as well just accept that everybody is going to die. And whether you want to accept the truth on this channel or not, it is the truth. The human prison bar realm exists. Everything I speak about on this channel, it exists. It's real. All you got to do is go back to the 6 laws that governs the human prison bar realm. All of that stuff is real. When I talk about the law of exceedings, all of that stuff is real. Like, you got weeds in nature. Weeds represent human prison bars. They look like the regular plants, but their motive is to strangulate the regular green plants and kill them. So if that's in nature, utilizing the law of exceedings, it's also within the humanity. Yes. Yes, because you have whatever you see in nature is a reflection of what is within humanity. That's the law of exceedings. Nothing in the spirit world exceeds beyond what you see in the physical world. So if you have weeds in a rose garden, you have weeds amongst people. So this human prison bar thing is real, people. It's real. Everything we speak about is real. This ain't no hypothesis or theory. We passed the doubting stage. It's real. The things you feel on your job, people just seems like they always annoying you. It's real. It ain't no, you're not crazy. You're not delusional or paranoid. None of that. Those are just medical terminologies that they come up with to try to make people second guess the reality. And a lot of these medical conditions that they give people is a way to camouflage the fact that human prison bars exist. They're never going to admit that human prison bars exist. They're just going to tell you crazy for thinking that they exist. That's how they do it. That's the game. And that's why you can't always expect the truth to come from books. The real truth is before you, utilizing the laws of exceedings. They're not going to tell you about the law of exceedings in no university. They're not going to tell you that. You think they're going to tell you that? And the university system is designed to program you, and then they're going to deprogram you in the very university and the school system? No. So don't even expect it. What I'm telling you, everything we teach and talk about on this channel and discuss in the comment section, that's reality. And the reality is you're going to come to this point right here in life. This point where I'm at right now, just looking out of this window, feeling the nice, calm breeze. Everybody will come to this point where your mind will just travel. When you're thinking, that's traveling. The essence of everything is travel. Just traveling. Traveling in your mind. Like I said, if you wasn't in a physical form, all you could do is travel. If there was no people and the only thing that existed was your consciousness, only thing you could do was travel. Out of this very window, I did a live stream, remember? Out of this very window, my soul shot out of this very window that you're looking at. And it felt like I went billions and billions of light years in the outer space. This is the very angle that my soul shot up. I'm pointing the camera up. This is outside of my window. I was laying on my bed. I shot up out of this window. I kid you not. And I went into outer space. I looked around. I saw the sun. I looked down. I saw the earth. The earth is not flat. The earth was round. I saw the clouds around the earth. I saw the shape of the continents. I saw the blue water. Just like you would see a globe in your classroom. And the further I went up, the more it dawned upon me. I had this feeling. And I said to myself, the strangest emotion that I ever had. I said, I felt sorry for God. And I was like, wow, God has to be very lonely up here. It was peaceful, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I still had my emotions. And I said to myself, God must be very lonely up here. And all this time, he just wanted a friend. He just wanted a friend. And ever since that experience, I focus on the quintessence of existence, man. Like, the quintessence of existence is everything that we experience down on this earth is pointless. Because when I was out in the cosmos and when I was looking back down upon this earth, nothing mattered on this earth. I wasn't thinking about my friends. I wasn't thinking about my family. I wasn't missing anything. I just knew that I was in the reality of existence itself. I did a live stream on that experience. And I have never been the same since then. So really, like, when I hear people like talking about traveling and stuff, I be saying in my mind, I be like, I have been out of space. So really, I have everything that a person could ever ask for, man. God, he showed me outer space. He took me up beyond the clouds. He took me out of this atmosphere. I kid you not. I looked and I seen the sun. And when I was out there, the sun, you can actually see like the sun flares flaring up. It didn't look like a glowing like orange ball that you see when you just on the Earth's surface looking up. But when you actually out in outer space, you can actually see like the sun flares, the flames of, it's like a gas ball. And you can actually see like the sun flares. I seen all of that. I seen the different colors of purple, and I saw the stars. And even when you outer space, stars look very far away. So that's just letting you know that even on the Earth's surface, when we looking up, those stars are very, very far away. In fact, you're looking at the past when you are looking at stars. You're looking at the past. And that's just the reality of everything. Like we are here to travel. We are here to travel. We are here to observe. Like I say, become an observer. Embrace your loneliness. This will teach you better than anything. This is the teacher right here. What you're looking at. That's God that you're looking at. That's his creation. That's his reflection. That's his reflection. And everything in existence is selfless. God himself is selfless. Everything, the universe exists in a selfless state of existence. It's selfless. It's not of itself. It's for you. Those trees are for you. The rain is for you. The sun is for you. Everything in the universe is selfless. It doesn't know any selfishness.